Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, coffee. Made in a French press with heavy cream and 1 teaspoon of brown sugar. Perfect. Absolutely beautiful. Cold as heck outside today, but this is just perfect. Got up a little bit later today. I don't have to be to work until later. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I literally have to be to work at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I press record at 5 a.m. Today, what is it now? 6:30. So here we are. It's pretty bright out already. Kind of a mixed day. Nothing but chemtrails in the sky. And don't tell me they're not. But cheers. Oh, this episode this morning is dedicated to John Harden, also known as Matches860 on YouTube. Again, this is just another morning where I just want to drink coffee. Just sit here and drink coffee. The hat today is a folding spring and summer hat with vents on the side, and I like it because it has a lot of reflective strips on it. The whole brim is reflective. So if you're doing any early morning or late in the day or night walking or jogging, this is absolutely perfect. I got it because it's foldable. Fold it like this. It literally just goes in your pocket. It's good for travel. But it's definitely spring and summer. There's nothing insulative about it. It has a mesh here that's very breathable, very light. And the brim is a little bit longer than your average baseball cap. I really like it because it's super light and it's great for traveling. I'll put a link for it down below. It's available on Amazon. I like it very much. I don't recommend things that I don't personally use. People would send me products. You wouldn't believe, when I had the big beard, there were people that would send me products, and I literally would have to tell them, no, I can't promote the product. I'm just, what would I say? I haven't done that in a while, but I would say, I'm just not feeling it. That's what I would say. But I've been wearing this for about a day and a half, and I'm feeling it. I like it. And it's pretty cheap, too. A din, D-I-N. It's a loud and unpleasant and prolonged noise. Could be the sound of a motor, could be the sound of an engine, can be the sound of a person. Loud, unpleasant, and prolonged. Do any faces come to mind when I say din? If you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding. Where is that from? Put your answer down below. Oh, by the way, Pop-Tarts, February 1st. I will be eating a Pop-Tart with my coffee. I'm breaking my fast with a Pop-Tart. Actually, it's not a fast. It's my carnivore January. I'm breaking it with a Pop-Tart. Now, this is a purity test right now. So I think you're all gonna break your carnivore January, your carnuary, with ice cream, with a sandwich. I'm breaking my carnivore fast with a Pop-Tart. Are you noticing a vaccine push not just from ads, but also now on the news? Hint, it's fake news. They are press releases created by Big Pharma disguised as news. Right on schedule. End of January. Right on schedule. Courtship. Let's talk about courtship for a minute. It's the period in a couple's relationship which precedes their engagement and marriage, or establishment of an agreed relationship of a more enduring kind. During courtship, a couple get to know each other and decide if there will be an engagement or such agreement. That's what courtship is. You don't hear that word much anymore, do you? Courtship. When an old man dies, a library burns to the ground. Think about all the experiences, all the data, all the stories that disappear when a man dies. And I said that to say rest in peace, John Hardin. Rest in peace. Chi-Town Biker says, fear porn everywhere today. Viruses, speaking truth, eating meat, can't leave your house without breaking a law. Is tomorrow guaranteed? Men are apex predators. Screw fear, face them and destroy them. You never see deer chasing lions. Chi-Town Biker, thank you. That's a good word. Thank you. After a pedicure, do women think, I think it's time for a leg and feet pic at the pool or beach? You know that where a woman's like laying on a lounge chair and they're taking the picture of the long legs and the feet? Some women love taking those pictures. But I will say this, if your feet aren't perfect, picture perfect, you probably shouldn't be taking pictures of your legs and feet and posting them publicly on social media. Just a little tip. What is the purpose of marriage if divorce is an option? I heard that question yesterday. Man, did it make me think. What is the purpose of marriage if divorce is an option? Last week I asked the question, what is the purpose of marriage if no children will be created? But today, what is the purpose of marriage if divorce is an option? What makes it different than any other relationship if divorce is an option? Like I said, I made you think, didn't I? Shouldn't women be against drag the same way blacks are against blackface? The fact that women are not against drag tells us one thing. What do you think that thing is? Interesting analogy, isn't it? Theological Twitter is the bigger shit show than any Twitter. You could say Christ was crucified, dead, buried, and rose on the third day. And no doubt some douche is going to say, well, that depends on what you mean by third day. I would rather join forces with lesbian feminists than hang out with theological Twitter. Follow those who celebrate good relationships and what makes them successful, rather than the ones focusing on bad ones and making sweeping generalizations about men or women. Don't ignore warning signs. Don't be stupid. Be smart, positive, and go into everything with your eyes wide open and operate with your eyes wide open. Now that's good advice that I would give to my sons and my daughter. Here's an idea. Do a tour with your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, or wife. A tour. It could be different coffee shops in different cities around you, towns. Do a nacho tour where you just go to different places and get nachos. I did a nacho tour for about a year. Do a cheeseburger tour, and then at the end of the year, you each talk about your favorite nachos, your favorite cheeseburger, and what was different about them, and why it's your favorite. It's kind of a fun thing to do with your partner. And you know, you don't even have to talk much. Just being together in different scenarios can be very satisfying. Being in a cafe with my girl, I'm reading a book, she's reading a book. To me, I consider that winning. It is simple things in life. An investigator friend of mine found a 30-year-old blood vial in the bottom of a refrigerator at a police station. He said, "What the hell?" and had it processed at the lab. The results? He solved the murder of a 14-year-old girl by matching the suspect's DNA found in the girl's body. Would you like to see an interview with him? And all I have to say is this: I will have a box of tissues for me and him, because just talking to him about it brings a little tear in the corner of my eye. Someone's daughter was raped and murdered, And no one knew who did it for 30 years. And because of some might say a God-given hunch, I'm one of those that would say it was a God-given hunch. What the heck, let me process this blood that he found in the bottom of an evidence refrigerator. Is that amazing? Just amazing. One can be a great father, but a shitty husband. What do you think of that? Put your answer down below. Has anyone ever done a health and fitness program with Solera? Kind of a high-tech version of Weight Watchers that uses Wi-Fi scales, Fitbits, and phone coaching. It's offered to me for free through my health insurance, and I may do it. Literally, and you have an app on your phone. Every time you step on your scale, it goes to your phone, and your fitness coach, you can't lie. You can say, well, I lost 5 pounds, when you actually only lost 1 pound. They can read the results of your scale, and then they can verify your activity with your Fitbit. Some people say, well, that's just insane invasion of privacy. I get that. There is a little bit of George Orwell 1984 in there with the tracking. What do you think are the pluses and minuses of a program like that? I signed up for it. I think I'm going to do it for 16 weeks. I have an undergraduate degree in criminal justice. Many of you don't know this, for those of you that are new. And 1 year in criminal science with an internship at the New York State Department of Criminal Justice Services Forensics. This was in the late 70s. I learned fingerprints, liquids, bite wounds, accelerants, blood spatter, exit wounds, and bullet trajectories, all by the time I was 21 years old. Interesting stuff. So when I comment on things, I'm not necessarily doing it blindly. I do have some experience. Some of it is just academic, and some of it is actual experience. When I was working in the labs in crime scenes during this period of time, it was quite interesting. Husband and wife, the marital unit, is the glue holding society together and keeping it sane. The less healthy husband and wife in society, the more insanity we have in society. Sanity comes from the husband and wife raising children. Sanity in society. The more divorce, the more reactionary individualism, the more insanity, crime, and despair we have in our communities. I worked with 2 life sentence murderers and 1 rapist. Yesterday, I gave them a root beer barrel candy, and they opened right up to me. Simple things. Attention, please. Common sense has now left the building. You ever feel that way when you listen to the news? Or hear the news? Or hear people talking in the lunchroom? Right? Most of my followers, you don't watch the news. I hear a really strange bird out there. I'm not sure what it is. Oh, there they are. Sitting on the cable wire above the deck. That's a bird song that I never heard before. Here's a story. Back when I started associating men who I didn't know were red pill meatheads at the time, I had a nice young female follower, nice gal, who'd comment occasionally on things and then get harassed on Twitter by these men using pretty disgusting language, slut, hoe, bitch, this kind of stuff. And she actually emailed me. It kind of blew me away that any of my followers would talk to her that way, or talk to anyone that way. Now I talk to them that way. They are the bitches, and she is my friend. So since then, I've developed a nice friendly relationship with her. A great lesson in be careful who you associate with. I always look at who haters follow, and I'm right about 99% of the time. because I know my followers are respectful and ruled by hope, positivity, and optimism. That's what runs your life. I know it is. And that's what you desire if you follow me. You won't last long if you're a negative, pessimistic, despair loop kind of person. You won't last long here, male or female. Anything that you read about a celebrity is a carefully crafted press release, complete with hypnotic copywriting and emotional trigger words. Don't ever think that anything that you ever see in the press is spontaneous or honest. Never. Just get that through your head. Everything needs to be viewed through that lens. A follower sends me a picture of me used by a beard product company that sells beard growth serum. They stole my image without my permission to sell a $150 product. Do you think I should get a piece of that pie? Am I entitled to that? It's a beard growth product where they're using my image to sell their $150 product. What do you think? Do I have any attorney friends out there that have an opinion on this? Some say yes, some say no, some say I wouldn't have a case. Just wondering. I'd like to see your opinion on that.